Hello, Jen. How have you been? Do you have a minute to talk? Oh, hi, Susan. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Sure, I can talk now. What do you want to talk about?
I think it's been about 3 months since we last talked, right?
Yup, that sounds about right.
I was wondering how everything went.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm asking about what you ended up deciding.
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. Could you give me a little more detail about what you're referring to?
Don't tell me you forgot. How could you forget something this important?
I'm really sorry. Could you please tell me what you're talking about?
About me living with you and Ben.
What?
What did you decide?
I believe we said that we didn't feel like it was a good decision.
And I said I refused that decision.
I'm pretty sure Ben told you the same thing himself after you said you didn't accept our decision.
I can't believe you. I have a question for you. Do you care at all about being a good wife?
What?
If you did, you'd know that Ben would never actually want to refuse his mother living with him.
Maybe, but we really talked about it honestly with each other. It was a hard decision to make, but we both decided it would be best to stay living separately from you.
He's just trying to make you happy because he's such a nice person.
Oh!
Happy wife, happy life, right? So you need to think more about him and what he wants. Don't be selfish. I'll be talking with him about moving in within the next few days.
Please don't just decide that on your own.
It's already been decided. Now that I'm your mother-in-law, you need to follow the things I say.
We've already told you this the last time we had this conversation, but we already have my grandfather living here with us.
Yes, I know that. Both of your parents got relocated for their jobs, so they're no longer living in that house. Which means you are left to watch over your grandfather who would been living alone. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's right.
But he doesn't actually live with you, does he?
I mean, technically, he has his own space on our property, but he still eats all 3 meals with us. You can definitely call it living together. I don't think we'd have the space to have another person living with us, though.
In other words, even though I'm family, you don't want someone else living there while your grandfather is there, right? But I don't mind living with him at all. You know, I got separated from my husband, so I think your grandfather and I would make a great couple. Whoa! We best buddies.
That's not at all what I'm worried about.
You're really getting on my nerves. It doesn't matter what you think or say. I'm moving in, and that's final.
Well, hang on a sec.
I don't want to hear anything out of you.
Yeah, but...
I'm sick of talking with you. I'm blocking your number. From now on, I'll be talking with Ben about the details of me moving in.
Susie!
Goodbye.
Right after. Hi, honey. Sorry to bother you at work. Can I talk to you if you're free?
Hey, sweetheart. I actually just went on my lunch break. What's up? What's up?
Well, I just talked with your mom.
What did she say?
She still wants to move in with us.
Oh, really? We told her that we're living with your grandpa already.
Yeah, she knows, but it doesn't seem to bother her. She still really thinks she's gonna be moving in. I explained that all to her again, but she ended up blocking my number.
What's her deal?
Maybe I should have changed the way I was talking to her or something.
No, the issue is with her, not you. She's impatient and stubborn. The worst combination, if you ask me. Or maybe thoughtless would be a better word. She's set in her old ways. She doesn't really understand how this generation thinks. She thinks this is the 60s where parents were the absolute rulers in a family and what they say is final.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, she said she was going to get in touch with you to talk about when she's gonna move in. I'm sure she's gonna call or text you any minute now.
Thanks for the heads up.
Sorry to spring all of this on you. I didn't mean to make you the one to deal with her.
Don't worry about any of that. If anything, I'm the one who should apologize for my crazy mother. Sorry you have to deal with her.
It's okay.
Anyway, I gotta get back to work soon.
I'm gonna make you a great big steak for dinner tonight.
Nice. I can't wait.
Have fun at work.
Thanks.
The next day. Mom! What's all this stuff that's at the house?
Ben, my boxes came.
Yeah, they came. All 10 of them. I got handed the bill from the moving company, too.
Thanks for taking it all.
I wasn't going to turn them away. I'd feel bad for the moving guy if he unloaded all that stuff only to put it all back on the truck. Why didn't you let me know all of this stuff was coming here? I had to pay them. It was over $100 to bring it all. Good thing I happened to have cash on me. Usually I don't.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, it's great you were able to get everything.
No, it's not great. Our house looks like an Amazon warehouse. There are boxes taking up all the space in the entrance and hallways. What is all of this stuff?
Of course, it's all my stuff for moving in.
What? Moving in?
Yes, I'm going to be living there from now on. I'm leaving my place for good this evening, then I'm coming over to your house.
Anon! Jenna and I never agreed to that. You could have at least let me know you were planning on doing this. Not taking it upon yourself to send all your stuff over here before telling me.
Why would I do that? I figured we could figure things out, like which room I'd be staying in after... Thanks so much for letting me know everything got there.
Yeah, you're welcome. Your thinking is a little out of order, though.
What do you mean? You don't oppose to me living there, do you?
I've already told you. Jenna and I are in agreement. We don't think it's a good idea for you to live here with us. We told you that you aren't going to be living here.
Ben, you don't have to pretend.
Pretend what?
Pretend that this isn't what you want. You can be honest with your mommy.
What are you talking about?
Just admit it. You want me to live there, don't you?
I really don't know what's giving you that impression. You're kind of freaking me out right now.
I'm trying to tell you that you don't have to just agree with whatever Jenna says.
I'm not.
I know it may be hard for you to say that you want me there with you since Jenna's grandfather is living there with you too, but you need to realize that a husband's opinion greatly outweighs his wife's. You're the head of the house. You should never have to hold back how you really feel when it comes to matters in your own home.
I don't think you get it.
In fact, I bet you really want to speak your mind about having her grandfather living there with you. She's the one who should be thinking about the burden of having someone else live with you.
Just stop right there.
What?
I gotta ask. You think this house is in my name, don't you?
What do you mean? Of course I think that. I think it's amazing. I can't believe you were able to build such a big, beautiful house within the first year of being married. I'm so proud of you.
That's what I thought. You've got it all wrong.
What?
This is Jenna's house, not mine. It's she house she grew up in.
How could that be? It looks brand new.
Yeah, I know. Her family remodeled it a little before we got married.
They did?
Yeah, her parents and her grandfather laid out the money for it.
Oh.
When I say this is Jenna's house, I really mean that it's her grandfather's. The house is in his name.
Really?
Yeah, I've told you this before. I'm pretty sure Jenna's told you that too.
I don't quite remember hearing about that.
Off the top of my head, I remember at least 3 or 4 times that we've had that conversation with you. I clearly remember you saying this house is huge. Wow! You made a biss fuss about it because you thought I owned the house. I specifically told you that it belonged to her grandfather, not me. In other words, her grandfather is nice enough to let us live in his house with him for now.
I don't understand. If the house belongs to her grandfather, why does he live separately? He doesn't technically live in that house, right?
Well, when they were remodeling the house, he said he didn't need a place that big anymore. The property the house is on is huge, so he had something like a cabin built. All he wanted was a place where he could focus on his woodworking. But really, we just call it Grandpa's shop. He still technically lives in this house since he sleeps here and comes over for all 3 meals.
I just can't believe that's not your house.
Well, that's the truth. I'm going to be sending back all the boxes you had delivered here.
Why? What about me moving in?
I told you from the beginning that wasn't going to happen. Listen, Mom, I know this might not be the best time to bring this up again, but you know I legally changed my last name when I married Jenna, right?
You did.
I knew you'd forget. I should have known you forgot. I noticed you kept putting my old last name on shipping labels for stuff you sent me, including all these boxes. I thought it was a little strange you'd keep using my old name.
So does that mean you're not legally my son?
Don't you remember what you did to lead me to that decision?
Me? I did something.
This was after you and Dad got divorced. We were all worried if you'd be able to make it living on your own. Melissa said you could stay with her and her husband for a while. That was until you started being a monster towards her husband for not being a good enough man for my daughter.
I didn't do anything like that.
You didn't? Then why did Melissa freak out and kick you out of her house?
It's not what you think.
I watched the whole thing go down. And when I did, I promised myself that I'd never put through Jenna through something like that. I swore to that day of my wedding. In other words, I changed my name and moved in with Jenna's family to protect her from you. That about sums it all up, even though this isn't the first time I've explained all of this to...
That can't be true.
It is. And to be honest, I can't believe I've had to tell you this so many times. You never listen to anyone. That's the main reason Dad wanted a divorce.
So what does that mean for me now?
I think you have to figure that out on your own.
Don't you think it's a shame the family name is gonna end with you? Now that you've changed your last name, there isn't anyone to carry on your father's last name anymore.
What do you mean? That's not true.
Why not?
Dad's new wife just had twin boys.
What? I had no idea he was remarried and he had twins?
Yeah, it's the woman he met after you two got divorced. She just gave birth to twins the other day.
You can't be serious. I had absolutely no idea.
He told me to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, that's the way things are playing out. He's already got his life in order, so don't try and chase him down to get him back or anything stupid like that.
Oh, I wasn't planning to...
For the time being, I'm going to send all this stuff back to you.
Don't do that yet.
Why not? Like I've said 100 times, you're not living here.
Well, actually, I just ended the lease on my apartment. I have to be out near the end of the month.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So please let me live there. I'll have nowhere else to go.
Well, just hold your horses. Uncle Pat should be getting to your place in a few minutes.
Why would he be coming here?
He agreed to take you in for the time being. I figured you'd do something stupid like break the lease in your apartment, so I called him just in case to talk about your situation.
No, 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 no. My brother and I have never gotten along.
Well, you better learn to get along. He's your only chance for a place to live. Goodbye, Mom.
Ben, wait.
After that, it wasn't long before my uncle got to my mom's apartment. I sent all her stuff over to his house. This time, she had to take care of the bill. Ha. I'm sure this has something to do with what caused this whole fiasco, but it seems like because of her personality, she hasn't been able to hold down a job. Money is really tight for her right now. One way or another, it sounds like her and my uncle are living civilly together. For now, at least. He told her, I'm giving you a place to stay. If you want to eat, you better earn enough to feed yourself. She started a new job, but her boss is super strict. She texts me crying all the time because it's too hard for her. But that was the last I've heard of her. My uncle took away her phone and isn't letting her out of the house so he can instill behavioral values back into her. He passed on the word to her that Jenna was pregnant. But until she learns how to treat people properly, it'll be a while before she can meet her grandchild. Thanks for subscribing.